Finding a rental in Toronto has become increasingly difficult, even if you check off all of those boxes that make you considered an ideal tenant, like a high salary or maybe a great credit score. But for those on social assistance like ODSP and OW, it has become nearly impossible. Dilshad Burman joins me now to discuss some of the challenges, Dilshad, and the list is long, that many people are facing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what isn't a challenge when you're on social assistance, right? Of course, the financial aspect is the big one that's looming over your head. Those 4 letters, ODSP, that is your source of income, really sets you back. But the other thing that I'm hearing is that it's the stigma. It's the stigma surrounding disabilities, addictions, mental health issues, all of that, which is really, really difficult to overcome when it comes to finding housing, when it comes to presenting yourself as, quote unquote, the ideal tenant. Mm-hmm. And so one person that I spoke to who's on ODSP says that they were essentially resigned to just being homeless about 2 years ago because the search was so difficult that they literally didn't know where else to go and what else to do. And so we're going to be calling them Kelly, but we are protecting their identity for privacy reasons. And this is what they had to say.
Yeah, I found my current housing just by sheer luck, thanks to just the kindness and compassion of someone from the community who offered a spare bedroom that they happen to have. But in the final weeks leading up to me having to leave my previous place, I was already planning for the worst case scenario. So I was looking for camping gear and was going to just look for a park and live in an encampment. This individual kind of really saved me out of what could have been a really dire situation, but also, given various disabilities, it could have just led to my death.
And Kelly being ready to live in a park, in an encampment, getting to that point, so very difficult to have to balance that and make that decision. So thankfully someone was able to offer up that room.
Yes.
So I guess the question would be, what are the options then for many people who sit there saying, do I look to become homeless or now what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there aren't very many options and there aren't very many good solutions. I myself was looking for a new place recently and, by all metrics, I am the ideal tenant. I have a great job here at CityNews. I have a great credit score, all of that. And I myself was rejected from an apartment. And the thing is, there's no transparency. There aren't really any reasons as to why. It's just, nope, we don't want you as a tenant. And so I'm hearing this from realtors as well. One real estate agent that I spoke to who works in downtown Toronto, Munira Ravji, she tells me that she's been having trouble finding millionaires' homes. So somebody who's on ODSP really has a huge sort of, setback as far as that is concerned. So what she tells me is that it's still possible. She has had some success with finding people on ODSP housing, but it takes a lot more legwork because you don't have the financial backup. So what you're looking at is creating a character reference. So you need to have their caseworkers on their side. You need to have community leaders who are going to stand up as allies for these people and say, this is a great person. It's just a matter of disability. It's a matter of things that are out of their control. Mm-hmm. And so they have to stand up and build this reference for this person. And you have to find somebody as a landlord who is willing to work with them.
So you need to have everything aligned, and this is a lengthy process too,
yes,
in order to get those references. And if you need housing tomorrow,
right,
this isn't going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
Right?
It's not a short-term solution at all, and there's a lot more to the story for sure.
Okay, and that story will be brought to you from Dilshad, City News at 5, 6, 11, all of that. Thank you so much for that report. Really important discussion. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mel.